Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention for please. Just wanted to welcome everyone to the 150th anniversary of the first locomotive to leave Nelsonville for Columbus on the Columbus and Hocking Valley Railway. I appreciate all of you coming here. We also appreciate a regiment from the 7th Ohio Volunteer Cavalry here as well with us today. We appreciate them. And we appreciate all of you being here as well. We're going to start off today with just a little brief encapsulation of the history of the Columbus and Hocking Valley Railway. And to do that, we have Tyler McDaniel. He is a member of the Little City of Black Diamonds, as well as the Hocking County Historical Society. And he runs a YouTube and Facebook page called the Ohio and Appalachian History Geographer, where he uses his expertise as a historian to kind of give a background of the area. So at this time, Tyler?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, when this first freight train that arrived here 150 years ago from Columbus to here in Nelsonville, it changed the Hocking Valley region forever. Prior to that moment, stagecoach was really the only practical way, or the Hocking Canal, to go to Columbus. And a stagecoach would take 1.5 or 2 days to reach Columbus, and that was in ideal weather. The Hocking Canal, it would go directly toward Columbus and use the Ohio and Erie Canal to go northward. But at that time, it had been open for a few decades, as of 1869. And it could only transport small amounts of goods or coal from this area and to this area. And during the winter months in the cold, you couldn't travel because of the ice. The railway really, when it opened in 1869, it opened the floodgates of industry to the region, and the hillsides around the valley sprang to life with coal. And soon the clay mines for the bricks and other clay products that were made. The high quality of coal in these hills that surround us was the true lifeblood of the growing nation for a time. Coal, along with the paving and building brick, were shipped not only to Columbus and Lake Erie, but all the way to Chicago and to New York City and the eastern seaboard. The wealthy used the coal to power factories, and both the wealthy and the average families would use coal to heat their homes when it began to get cold. So no matter what your position was in life, you were using Hocking Valley coal. Though those industries are long gone, the preservation for future generations to learn from and understand their past is vital. So the Hocking Valley Railway is showcasing this history to a new generation and future generations, hopefully, for a very long time to come. It is my hope that 50 years from today, we can reconvene here to celebrate the 200th anniversary and the almost 100th anniversary of the Hocking Valley Railway. And with a little bit of luck, hopefully in another 150 years, we can come back here and celebrate the 300th anniversary here. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Tyler. At this time, let's see. At this time, we were wondering if Thomas O'Grady from the Southeast Ohio History Center would like to give a few words in regards to this. Tom O'Grady is you're the outgoing director, correct?
Yeah, that's good.
He's currently the outgoing director of the Southeast Ohio History Center. He's getting ready to step away from it and retire. So we.
No, not quite.
Oh, okay. I'll let you tell.
Never give up this stuff. Anyway, thank you. Thanks for coming out this morning. A little over 200 years ago, settlers entered this Ohio country to find a primeval wilderness inhabited by great forests, wildlife, and native people. Transportation through this region at that time was on foot. It was a matter of linking bison trails, bison paths, and Native American foot trails between natural attractions such as salt, fresh spring water, flint outcrops, stream crossings, and places to have settlements. Those pathways were later widened to accommodate wagons and coaches as towns and small settlements were established and occupied by early pioneers, farmers, salt boilers, and the tradesmen needed to support those communities. Settlers came to Southeast Ohio from New England, Pennsylvania, Middle Atlantic states. They came from Virginia, Kentucky, and the Carolinas. They came here from Germany and Ireland, France and Wales, Scotland, Switzerland, Germany, Africa, Italy. Southeast Ohioans are a melting pot of Americans blended from the world over. The work of these settlers and laborers built beautiful communities throughout Southeast Ohio, and the work they did and the resources they harvested helped build the rest of Ohio and a good deal of the Midwest, transporting raw materials via roadway and then out by the Hocking Valley Canal, as we just heard. Railroad building began in Southeast Ohio in the 1850s, connecting Marietta and Chillicothe, passing through the town of Athens, first known as Middletown in 1797 because of its halfway distance between those two larger settlements. The growing appetite for energy to power distant manufacturing centers in Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Detroit, Chicago created an increasing demand for a north-south railroad. In the 1860s, toward the end of the Great Civil War, this railroad began to connect the Hocking Valley coal fields with the Ohio River and the Great Lakes. The Hocking Valley Railroad hauled coal for decades through towns like Logan, Lancaster, Columbus, Delaware, Fostoria, on its way to Toledo. It also passed through small villages like Rockbridge, Lockville, Groveport, Olentangy, and Rising Sun, Ohio. Many other small villages hugged the railway along the route to Toledo and Lake Erie, where the coal was loaded onto the Great Lake boats. The material resources hauled by the Hocking Valley Railroad helped build America and helped build this nation and helped this nation prevail through 2 world wars. The Hocking Valley Railroad helped towns along its route and far away to grow and prosper for a couple of generations. Some thrive today, some are ghost towns, remaining in memory for a while and then only in photographs. The counties in Southeast Ohio are interconnected in their common history and by transportation links that have helped them grow and prosper. All counties in this area share many of the same stories, the same landscapes, and the same industrial history. And sadly, we're watching much of that heritage slip away. However, many people are making great efforts to protect this important history. Here in Nelsonville, people have come together to repair and reuse Stewart's Opera House. Others are protecting the historic American Legion building. Reinvestments continue to be made in the public square and many of the buildings around it. The historic Nelsonville high school buildings have been repurposed to play a role in the future of this town. These efforts are helping revitalize Nelsonville and strengthen the foundations of the community. Our heritage plays a vital role in the groundwork for strong and resilient communities. And then we have this. Enormous resources and effort and time and human commitment has gone into the preservation of the Hocking Valley Railway. The education and experiential opportunities offered by the preservation of this important transportation infrastructure and the development of the Hocking Valley Scenic Railway over the past half century is remarkable. Nothing less than remarkable. It is one of the great wonders of Southeast Ohio in the 21st century. The people of Southeast Ohio today, and around Ohio today, and for generations to come, have much to be grateful for because of the long-term commitment, the care, and the attention to detail that volunteers and funders have put into restoring and operating this American treasure. The colossal undertaking by past and current members of the Hocking Valley Scenic Railway is staggering to think about. The benefits to our communities is difficult to measure. It is a catalyst for other economic improvement and an inspiration for other historic preservation. All aspects of our cultural heritage, like the Hocking Valley Railroad, are an economic asset. Our heritage is an essential component in any vibrant economy, local economy, and it attracts talent and enhances other businesses and business development. Our history defines us. If we are to truly know who we are and have a good notion of where we are headed, it is important to know where we have been. It's important to know our history. As we lose pieces of our historic infrastructure, such as Native American earthworks, old buildings, transportation corridors, and other parts of our past, like losing a friend or a family member, we lose parts of ourselves. When we invest in the adaptive reuse of these heritage assets, we preserve a foundation for future generations that is crucial to explaining our shared past. Through the preservation of authentic, meaningful places and experiences, we enhance the foundation upon which these future generations can build. Without the preservation of our histories, future generations will have no grounding in what it really means to be an American. Congratulations to the people of Nelsonville who are working to revitalize these heritage resources, and 1,000 thank yous to the volunteers and enthusiasts who have done an enormous public good in keeping this railroad running into the 21st century. And I, too, would like to reconvene here in 50 years, and then again in 100 years, to celebrate the work that's being done today. So thank you all for coming out this morning.
At this time, we have locally from Starbrick Gallery, Maria Graham. Excuse me. If you'd like to come up, please. She's a member of the Starbrick Gallery over here on the public square. And she has been working on a painting of number 3 that she's been working on for a while now. She said to me earlier that she's so far put in 25 hours into the painting. She still has, it's not yet complete, so she still has several hours yet to go into it. But right now it even still looks beautiful. And so, are you sure you don't want to say anything in regards to it? Okay. So at this time, we'll just show the painting of what's completed so far, and then we'll just take a look at it here. Say, yep, you can have a seat right over there. Say it's going to be beautiful when it's finished. At this time, we would like to invite up our current sitting president of the Hocking Valley Scenic Railway. He's just going to give a few remarks here before we have our Golden Spike driving ceremony. So, Chris Hartley.
Thanks, TL. I would like to thank everybody that took time out of their busy day to show up here. I know when I started here, September 2012, I never thought, one, I'd still be here, or two, where I'm at. I've learned so much stuff here by being here, putting time in, going from trainman to conductor, brakeman, engineer, and officer, trustee, and now the president of the railroad. I will say, the past 150 years, this place has grown. Of course, one thing they didn't mention in the past 150 years, this railroad, the Columbus and Hocking Valley, is the only railroad stretched from Toledo all the way to Gallipolis, making it the only railroad in the state of Ohio. I think that's kind of unique. I don't know about you guys, but no, I think that's about all I got. I want to thank everybody for showing up, and feel free to take pictures of the locomotives. We'll have our Golden Spike driving here in a little bit.
All right. Yep. Thanks, Chris. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Chris, if you could just grab that hammer right there. And now we're going to be making our way right over here to the tracks, ladies and gentlemen, where we'll have our ceremonial driving. All right, if you guys want to bring the strong box up here. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all for coming. There's refreshments and cookies over at the depot, and the locomotives will be here for a while if anyone wants to get any pictures or anything. But before we go, if everyone could move around here in front of the locomotives, where around Mr. Hartley, we're going to get a one group photograph of everyone here like it was back at the Golden Spike.
Pretty good. How are you?
Good.
All right, thank you, everybody. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.